Back Love Nation, this is Nina. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has been coming to my channel. Like this video, share this video, and hit that notification bell so you guys know when I drop my next one. You guys, we are now reading Chapter 6 of Drake's lawsuit versus UMG. We are reading this in full, and again, this is Chapter 6. I do apologize for the delay in making this video, as I've literally put out several videos of the other situation we are discussing with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. But again, we are back to Drake, and this is Chapter 6, so here we go. Section D. Drake is the target of violence and almost immediately. Within days after UMG's initial publication of the recording and image, which depicted the location of Drake's residence in Toronto, accused him of being a criminal file, and called for people putting paws on him, multiple strangers, including at least one person with a pow-pow, showed up targeting Drake. At 2 a.m. on May 7th of 2024, a group of men drove by Drake's Toronto residence, screamed F Drake, and released at least two POWs. One of them went through the security fence and hit Drake's front door. Another POW hit and seriously wounded Drake's security guard. Drake and others in the house rushed to the man's aid, trying to keep him from bleeding out while the ambulance came. The injuries he sustained were serious, and for 2 days, doctors were not sure if he would live. The news quickly jumped on the story of the attack against Drake, with all the major news outlets publishing stories. For days, news helicopters flew overhead the Toronto house, while no one from UMG ever reached out to Drake or any of his representatives to check on his well-being. UMG undoubtedly saw the press coverage of what happened. Also, on May 7th of 2024, across the globe in London, UK, Drake's OVO clothing store was vandalized with graffiti that read, "They're not like us." The graffiti was likely viewed by hundreds of Carnaby Street passerbys before the window glass could be removed, and millions online once the news broke. On May 8th of 2024, a different invader attempted to break into Drake's property by using his bare hands to dig under the security gate. The invader slid under the fence and entered the property, screaming racist slurs and threats toward Drake. The invader was apprehended by security before making it into the house. On May 9th of 2024, there was another trespasser on Drake's Toronto property. This time, the trespasser got into a physical altercation with Drake's security guard before being taken away by the police. The individual returned to Drake's property on May 11th of 2024. These acts and incidents against his residence where Drake lives with his son and against his business are not normal. In all the years he has been a celebrity, nothing like the events of early May has ever happened to Drake before. After these incidents, Drake reasonably feared for the safety of his family, himself, and particularly his Toronto property. Following the May 7th incident, Drake temporarily pulled his 7-year-old son out of school and the Toronto area. Drake lives his life differently since UMG published the defamatory material. Drake has increased his security team in Toronto and everywhere he goes. Section E. UMG continues to defame Drake by publishing the Not Like Us music video. On July 4th of 2024, 2 months after UMG initially published the recording and image, and with knowledge of the actual incidents and online threats that had already emerged, UMG published a Not Like Us music video on YouTube and to users of Apple Music and Tidal. And this is a screenshot included in the lawsuit. It continues to read, on YouTube, a watermark for Vivo LLC appeared in the bottom right of the video. The YouTube caption for the video lists a Vivo LLC URL. Universal Music is a significant owner of Vivo LLC, Vivo for short, which is a privately held American multinational music video hosting service. Universal Music uses Vivo to distribute video content to global platforms such as YouTube and major television networks. The video depicts images bolstering the recording's defamatory allegations. For example, the lyrics, trying to strike a chord and is probably a minor, are matched with an image of hopscotch, a popular playground game for children. The imagery reinforces the drawn-out singing of the A minor lyric in the lie that Drake is a file. Kendrick Lamar is depicted in front of shipping containers with air conditioning units inside. These images are associated with traffic. The video also includes allusions to Drake's OVO brand, which is represented by an owl in combination with the lyrics "Wop wop wop, dot, F 'em up." The video shows Lamar beating an owl-shaped piñata with a bat. During the scene, a caption appears at the bottom of the video that states, disclaimer, no OVHOESs were harmed during the making of this video. And I am pausing this right here so you guys can look at this further. Continuing with the lawsuit. In its conclusion, the video depicts a prolonged shot of a live owl in a cage. The meaning is clear. Drake belongs behind bars. Defendant's initial publication of the video on YouTube has been viewed more than 206 million times as of the date of this filing. As of the date of this filing, UMG's original publications of the video remains available on the aforementioned platforms. On information and belief, each of Sir Grange, Mr. Janik, Mr. Monty Lippman, and Mr. Avery Lippman played a key role in the initial publication of the video, either in directing or approving the publication and or failing to prevent its publication. Next section, UMG published the defamatory material with knowledge of or reckless disregard for its falsity and knowledge that it was reasonably foreseeable to cause Drake harm. UMG does not believe now, nor has ever believed, that Drake is a file, a offender, or otherwise a criminal. Defendant published, republished, and promoted the defamatory material, knowing the allegations were not true, or at least with reckless disregard for its falsity. UMG also published and promoted the false allegations against Drake, despite the inherent improbability of the allegations, reliable, contrary information, and awareness that they were unsupported by any evidence, let alone reliable evidence. As an initial matter, UMG has a financial interest in knowing any potential liabilities that Drake had or could have, including criminal charges or convictions. As laid out in UMG's Code of Conduct, UMG is committed to human dignity, does not tolerate human rights abuses such as underage labor, slavery, human traffic, and unsafe or unfair work practices at our operations, and only conducts business with partners, suppliers, and customers who share our commitment to protecting human rights. UMG would never have contracted with Drake in the first instance, nor would have continued to maintain existing contracts had it believed at any relevant time that any of the allegations in the defamatory material were true in any respect. UMG understands, and as is easily confirmed through basic public record searches, that Drake had never been charged with, indicted for, or convicted of any charges of violence or assault, including but not limited to anything against anyone under 18. Furthermore, UMG has access to Drake and could have asked him directly about the veracity of the allegations at any point in time. UMG also knew or should have known that the publishing the defamatory material, it was gambling with Drake's safety. Critically, in addition to accusing Drake of being a criminal file, the defamatory materials called for people putting hands on Drake and depicts his Toronto address. Incidents like 2016's Pizzagate show how accusing someone of being a file and or committing any incidents with people under 18 can quickly spin out of control in a viral conspiracy theory and acts of real incidents happening. UMG directly knows what harm can arise from such outrageous allegations of criminal activity. UMG and Sir Grange were recently accused of aiding and abetting P. Diddy in committing heinous and widespread acts of incidents against underage folks. UMG and Sir Grange acted swiftly to refute these allegations. In a court filing, Sir Grange stated, "I do not take lightly being falsely and publicly accused of criminal activity. As I said, I intend to pursue those who have made these outrageous allegations against me." Despite having knowledge of incidents that occurred at Drake's Toronto residence, as well as substantial online threats and vitriol directed at Drake, and notwithstanding having a direct line of communication to Drake, UMG did not discuss the video with Drake prior to its publishing. I will conclude the reading of Chapter 6 right here. Please stand by as we go into Chapter 7 of this lawsuit of Drake versus UMG, the full reading. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. If you have not, hit that notification bell. Hit that notification bell. If you have not seen the previous videos, please go back and watch. And we will be coming back shortly with Chapter 7. Be safe and enjoy your day. Bye, guys.